At retreat, in sitting meditations, objects are changing fast and the mind is bright, but details of changes are not so clear. At that moment, yogi realized some imbalances in the faculties, but not sure too much concentration or energy. What can a yogi look for to confirm which faculty is imbalanced? Yeah. Objects are changing fast and the mind is bright, but details of the changes are not so clear. At that moment, yogi realized some imbalances in the faculties, but not sure too much concentration or energy. What can a yogi look for to confirm which faculty is imbalanced? When we talk about all this imbalance type of energy, imbalance type of concentration, we only talk of now more or less we talk about one part where this over concentration or over energy. But there are also at times there's under concentration, there's under effort also, which is another area that I didn't touch on that much. Usually, most of the time, it's the over concentration that it affects the state of mind, that affects the noting. Now, first few days you come in, you don't worry about all this imbalance thing, nothing to balance yet. So nothing. So first few days is about arousing until it's hot enough already. That time we talk about try to balance it. So the first few days you don't worry about it. But sometimes there are yogis who are meditating over here, that is different. Now, sometimes when you meditate and things are changing in a very dynamic manner inside there, objects are not going to be stay there, sui, rising, falling. No, the object is like running here, running there, turning here, turning there, arising, passing away, running the whole body up and down. You don't know where is it also, but you know that it is there. Very clear. You don't know even which part of the body is pain. You do not know which part is the body. There's a lot of changes that's going on. The phenomena are very clear. So with that time, sometimes the objects, because you do this type of things once in a while, you can over push yourself. When I say over push, for some yogis can over push the effort, some yogis can over push the concentration. And even certain yogis per yogi also, at times you could push the effort, other times you over push the concentration. The moment you start to over push objects tend to become not so clear. Tends to become not so clear. So that's one thing. That means there's some degree of faculties are imbalanced inside there, then the objects are not clear. So that's one thing. The second thing is that object itself, naturally it becomes not clear, but your mind is still alert. So now how? Is it the faculty problem or is it the object problem? Not to say object problem, it's the object, the nature of the object is like that. So macam mana like that? No, is it the object? Again, I say that. Is it the object becomes not clear on its own? It fades away on its own? Or is it because of your faculties become imbalanced? Then, although the object is clear, but you see it not so clear. So when you're observing it, both also are actually fading away. So which one? Now, if there is imbalance of the faculty, if let's say the object is not so clear, if the faculties are disturbed, that means the noting mind is disturbed already. That means it's not in the optimum level. Then that time, your mind is, you got to learn to feel the mind itself, that the noting mind itself is not clear already at that time. The sometimes if it's over concentration, the sign of like becoming too narrow, too holding on, or the mind is not flexible at that time. It's like it gets stuck there. And it gets stuck there. Or the mind slowly gets into more and more like a calm state, and after that, nothing much. That is the nature of over concentration. But here, because you say that the yogi asked that the mind is actually bright. So the mind is actually bright. That means that could mean that the effort is still around. That means the concentration is a bit too much, perhaps. Perhaps for this question, because it says that the object is fading away, but the mind is still bright. So that means it could be the energy is no. Maybe, sorry, the energy may be a bit too much. Energy a bit too much. Concentration not able to follow it that much. Yeah. Still can follow. Sometimes I speak until using the wrong words and mix everything up. But when you're doing it, you don't have to talk about it. No? Just note the name. Now, sometimes when these things happen, there'll be times that you do not know which one is too much. It could be both also can too much. And mindfulness cannot keep up with both of them. That means the effort and the energy, it can be too much. And mindfulness cannot keep up with both of them. Pun boleh, like that. Not just effort more and then this one not enough, or this one more and this one not enough. Not every time like that. I mean, most of the time like that, but doesn't mean that every time is like that. So what should you do? If let's say these things happen and you do not know what to do, let's say, all you need to do is play safe. How to play safe? Play safe means go back to an object that can arouse mindfulness. Don't worry about too much effort or too much energy. The moment that the mindfulness comes in, everything kautim. Everything kautim. Because the mindfulness, when it comes in, it will know how to rebalance the whole thing. It will know how to rebalance the whole thing. But but of course, is that you must able to notice that something is wrong inside there. Although you may not able to recognize it specifically, but because of the sharpness of the mind, your mindfulness aware that hey, something imbalance already. And then that time, even if you note that imbalance, gently, then after that everything will just balance. You just acknowledge it as it is. That means the mind in a state of imbalance, you just note it as imbalance. Sometimes what I do is that when meditate now, I know over concentration is there. I don't go and bring up the effort. I mean, I used to lah. I also used to. Not to say I completely abandoned the method, but also nowadays also it's just too much effort or too much concentration. Just aware that too much concentration, too much. Then you come down and to rebalance it. Then it's this, that it's too much energy, too much. Then again, it comes down. Then you play safe, just be aware of them. Then you play safe. Then you come down again, everything cool and nice. Then you start noting again, everything will come back to balance again. So a lot of time, it's just to come back. At that time, sometimes it's too much of tension and pulling or whatever. What I do is just back again to rising and falling. Safe. If you go to the mind, mental states and everything, you go to the mental states and everything, although there's a lot of changes is happening there, sometimes the tension also is in the head area, mind and process are all intermingled with it. Then at time, all the whole mind is the faculties are going haywire. So haywire, then what do you do? Then go back. just the rising and falling. If not, just put a hand there. Breathing in, just feel it for a while. Just bring the mind to the present. It would be always good if there's some kind of pain around. The pain also is a very good thing. So just rest the mind on the pain. Just be present with the pain. Just don't have to note it very sharply for that period of time. Just relax there. Relax there. Just bring everything down. Bring every not to kill the fire, just to make everything down. After that, relax already, and then only slowly starts to note again. it take you some time, If, like, say for example, like in the walking, you do not know whether it's too much, too little, then what do? Go back to one phase again. Right step, left step, right step, left step, until everything becomes clear. The mind don't run a bit anymore, and then restart again with more detailed noting. Then everything become balanced again. I find that this one is a lot of times it's much easier to do rather than think about too much effort. How to go and arouse the effort and note a bit faster, note a bit faster. Sometimes a lot of things that is needed to be done. But if you know how to do it, then it's good. The more method that you know, it's better. Other words, you have to meditate and try trial and error here and there. So here as the according to the question, is the mind is bright. Usually, when the mind is bright, that means the effort is there. It can be a bit too much effort. It can be a bit too much effort. Sometimes, for example, if you do the sitting and touching, if you do the sitting and touching, then let's say you do it very fast. Sitting, you take the right, you take the hands, buttock, right buttock, left buttock. That's it. And you run it through very fast. You just note one time, and then after that, the other one you note another time, then another one you note another time. That means you touch an object, only you touch one time. Let's say, and then you do it very fast. You do it very fast. Sitting, touching, yeah. Then after that, your mind is very bright. Mind is very bright. But mindfulness doesn't come together with it. After that, your mind is bright, but you cannot meditate. The mind is, you don't see any object. The mind is bright already. That means that time, you're over efforting already. You're putting too much effort already. So there is a sign of too much effort is there. So every time when we do sitting touching, it has to have, you're able to notice an object. That means you have to notice a hardness or softness, something there. Other words, just stay for that area, a few notings first, 4 noting, 5 notings first, then only you move the next object. Few notings first, then only you move to the object. Few noting. Then it helps to keep the mind, the mindfulness is there. So these type of cases, when the mind is bright, that means there's a bit of too much effort. The effort is there. So all depends. It's hard to able to explain all these type of things.